I played it yesterday, and it feels great. It feels very soft. It's a good setting to play.
Welcome. We are here with Valkyria from Sweden versus CUSP Shout of Italy. We've been informed that we are back in action here on Field 2 xEUCF 2021. We've had one goal apiece, although a rather sloppy second point with CUSP coming out on offense, and Valkyria and the wind causing lots of issues.
Yeah, let's see if this Valkyria offense keeps being steady and flowy.
It does seem to be Eklund in the center of the field, the number 7, Sara. Pops it back. It's good movement, continuation, they're not cutting each other off.
Oh, Erika Marchesini, one of the rookie of Shout, she will have a tough time guarding. Ooh.
Missed throw there from Kundalita, the Lithuanian.
And Pancotti is on. Nice by Carmen Lagara. Oh, missed catch by Gaia Pancotti. The wind just raised the disc right after she closed her hand.
Just unfortunate, she exploded the separation. Eklund, big flick on the far sideline, well taken in by Caldwell. Pops it across, the pack coming through. Not really many options, taking the resets.
That was a big chance for Shout, they just missed.
Absolutely, Eklund, lovely pop and go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and gorgeous stuff by Bora Kundalita in the end zone with Malikna with the assist, and that is the second goal. We're getting a lot of pitch time. I mean, I'd like to see CUSP clean it up a little bit. They're getting unlucky, that blown coverage, Pancotti streaking down the field. Just a bit unfortunate, but
they're also playing on the downfield side, so on the downwind side, sorry. So you see, Valkyria's tried to go on to the pitch and put the disc closer to the cameras, closer to the close side of the screen you're watching, to the bottom line. And yeah, with this wind, you have to play on this left side. Otherwise, the wind is going to push the disc right out of bounds, or it's going to push it right into the ground.
And any breaks that you try and throw into the wind are going to sit and hang, so you've got extra time as a defender to get under them. Yeah. So the meaning of this game, West would say, we're still in pool stages. We're probably going to see both these teams right at the top of the bracket at the business end of the tournament, but this one will decide who gets the automatic advancement to power pools and that all-important extra game off.
Ooh.
Big shot going up.
Nice big first hug, but the wind still stopping the disc to go to Greta Melega.
Yeah, Saskia Beek there coming across from the German national team, playing for the Stockholm side with the defensive block. But Scagliarini on the force manages to get a throw into the turf.
Well, let's say Scagliarini is one for the defense. I mean, either the catches or the throws.
Well, this is what we know about CUSP Shout, right? They're amazing defenders. They're so dogged. They're so explosive. Just at the moment, the offense isn't quite there.
Oh, nice round break. Oh, hey, Scazzieri, tu Scazzieri. Brave ragazze. Sorry, I have to throw a bit of Italian there for our Italian watcher.
Oh, no, absolutely. That is what we need to have. Multi-language commentary.
Yeah, sure. Scazzieri to Scazzieri, the sisters, the sorelle. Scazzieri just scored with a tough round break by Sorrenti.
No, that is much better. That is the sort of ultimate offense that we are used to seeing from CUSP, and certainly from this Shout side. The reigning champions 2 years in a row?
Yeah, 2 years in a row, 2018, 2019.
So defending their title here. What's it been like training in Bologna during the pandemic?
Well, during the pandemic, we had, Italy was one of the first countries to have a strict lockdown without exception. So the first part of the COVID problem was everyone locked up, just tuning in on Zoom or Skype and having home training. But then as things got a bit loosened up, we just had the chance to go out and just do field and trucks and kind of CrossFit stuff. And now from last April, we were able to go back and actually play a game. We are here back.
And how did it feel going back?
Well, the first month was horrible.
The body wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
But you can tell Valkyria have been getting some reps in as well. Kundalita far side.
I mean, also Sweden approached the pandemic with a herd immunity style, so I guess they had less stoppage time.
Yeah, I think they've been able to play a little bit more. But that's been one of the interesting things to track, and certainly it will be, looking back in hindsight, how the teams placed at the end of this tournament. It'll be really interesting to see if there has been any correlation between those that were harsh on the lockdowns and maybe less so.
And also, when you go back to the pitch after so many months, it's so, this break from Valkyria that we're picking up now, right in front of the end zone, because
yeah,
we're go back to the quarantine later.
Yeah, we were chatting a little bit there. There was a good opportunity there for CUSP to have their first sniff at a decent break in this game against Valkyria, who have, I think, had some, well, certainly the first offensive point was clean, and then one turn in the second. But a stoppage gives us time to recompose ourselves.
Yeah, this offense of Valkyria's, even if they turn, they look really calm and composed. And what's better than a point right in the middle of the end zone?
So here's a kind of an interesting bit of color for us, Chopper. So we've got Valkyria, who have a pretty small roster, versus Shout, who have a solid extra line or so. I mean, they have picked up some injuries. There are some players they are missing as CUSP, but do you think maybe the at this stage in the tournament, because Valkyria have such a small line, maybe they're a bit more gelled at the moment?
Well, for sure, one of the most important thing that put pressure on this in Bologna is to have at least 3 lines. You need to have at least 21 players, even if it's a weekend tournament. Even more if it's obviously a week tournament like this future summer, you will need at least 24 players. You never know what happened, and you need practice. You need people to practice, even if they play a few points. You need a full roster to be able to see the depth of your player. And again, good pool.
Getting us underway in the center of the field, Frangipane. Going for Malaga, but just a little bit too far.
Yeah, she felt the pressure, I think. She could have made maybe an extra step, but the defender was right there.
She is a big part of the isolation play, because she has them at the front of the stack. Nice high grab. Yeah, Molly Robbins, the American who appeared on the Swedish national team back in Gjør in 2019.
Oh, nice defense by Francesca Sorrenti.
Yeah, beautiful coverage. Saskia Bick.
Look how calm they look in front of the end zone. This is a D-line from Valkyria's.
Oh, it's a big, risky high pass. Robbins underneath it, but it's going to be tipped away.
This is less calm.
Absolutely. Frangipane with the block. Nearly a redemption catch, but she just got enough bobble on it to make it.
Where was the turnover? Far side of the pitch. Ultimate is a science. Davide taught us that.
Of course, Davide Mori.
My first game, Davide, there was a storm, and Davide just told me, don't worry, wind is an equation. You just have to solve it.
I like that approach, and there's certainly lots of Ultimate players are very,
Shivi couldn't get the disc.
Yeah, Borghi there with the attended target. Molly Bird coming across to Stockholm from the UK, lives there now, been there for a year or so, I believe. Coming out of Manchester, she puts one way in front of Saskia Bick, who has to work super hard, but just not able to come up with it.
This wind is bothering both teams.
Well, Bird is probably one of the younger players, a little bit less experienced than the likes of Eklund and Robbins, Kundalita and et al. The top of the rosters for both these teams are just so good.
The experienced player, we saw them just catching this without problems. So I guess the mistakes are made out of maybe a bit of tension.
And Borghi there calling a timeout, or is there
a timeout or something?
Ah, there's a call on the original throw.
I think they wanted to call timeout anyway.
Nice central field position. There you go. But you can see that there they have Greta Meliger isolated right in front of the handler set. Is that something that's just a CUSP shout thing, to have one isolated player just at the front of the stack, a little bit of a deeper stack, or is that something more of a true whole Bologna type thing?
I think it's a whole Bologna system. We like to play with if the disc is on the side, I think it's a good way of playing with a handler right in front of you for the dump or the upline, and then whether it goes, the first handler goes, the first of the stack just comes down to the opposite. So you multiply your option close to the sideline. That is always your worst enemy.
But when CUSP have the disc in the middle of the field, that central position where Borghi was, we have Meleger right there in front, the stack a little bit further away.
Yeah.
Meleger's a big target, quite easy to hit, but it hasn't been coming off so far in this game.
Well, you know, Greta is also not in Bologna right now, so she needs time to get back to the same synergy with her sisters. I mean, she's always good, always talented, but now she needs that bit of time, that bit of gains to be back for real inside the lines of shouts. Anyway, shout out to Borghi, that is soon to be married in April with my teammate Fabio Coppi. So we're pretty excited for this.
The impending nuptials.
Yeah.
We have, I think, De Hask there, Marianne De Hask, coming in to match up against the soon-to-be married Italian handler.
Yeah, Silvia Borghi.
And we're now seeing more of a true horizontal stack, so clearly just a change of the system. Still Meleger out in front of the handlers, but it's going to be a deep shot out of the blocks. That is beautiful displacement. Scazzieri.
Yeah.
Popping it back to Meleger.
Again. Nice stack, center stack.
Looking a little bit lost for options. Has a high release.
Oh, nice upline for Frangipane. Still playing on the downwind side.
Oh, that's a saucy break. There's going to be a foul called on it, but I think that's Robin streaking through.
I think she's calling this trip. I don't know.
Definitely a lot of momentum coming through. And I think you're right. Looks to be a strip call.
I don't know. I didn't see any hand signal contested. Yeah, that was the only hand signal. No.
There's no hand signal specifically for strip though. Do you
Yeah,
think there should be?
That was. Once there was. It was like this, I think. In front of you, like the injury
Well,
sign.
there currently isn't though. In the Woofduff hand signals, there isn't one.
Isn't. I think it's just a random violation foul. I think it would be this.
So Bird picking us back up. Finds Robbins in the center of the field. Oh, big shot, but that's going to be picked off for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Look at the style and grace of Frangipane. But an error again.
Cecilia Scagliarini with the forehand on the ground, but again, Sofia Scazzieri. Yeah, it looks like Valkyrias are really looking for this, just pick up and bomb it deep. And actually, Shout are like, I think they are adapting a bit to this kind of game. In the first, 20 minutes of game, we didn't see any hugs, basically. And now we're just seeing.
Indeed, we are. We're seeing, unfortunately, Valkyria sort of huck into the CUSP players who are just sagging off the back very, very nicely. But chatting to Valkyria ahead of the game, they are trying to stop those backhand around hucks in terms of when CUSP have the disc, and it seems to be working on the smothering, but a big high stall bailout, just not able to get under it. Johanna Larsson with the attempt, but just faded nastily into the turf.
Looks like Shout wants just to put the intensity on this short Valkyria roster, because every time the disc goes down, it's just pick up and play. Pick up and play. Don't wait to set up a stack or a horizontal stack. While Valkyries are playing really Scandinavian Ultimate with a lot of horizontal cut. Scandinavian Ultimate really loves horizontal cuts because they don't give you reference if she's going to go under or deep. So if the spacing is good, horizontal cut are really a threat for the defense.
Well, the spacing on the original points was at the beginning of the game was pretty good, but we're having another sort of this feels like a little bit of a bar brawl right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we said that Shout are missing some players. Valkyria have a short roster, so I guess that, when you want to score fast, you want the interest of your team, but at the same time, you're doing the opposite of what you should do. And another turnover from the downwind side.
Indeed. Bird.
See how the fitness of this girl will work.
Well, they're definitely working each other real hard, and that's going to favour Shout because of the fact that they have such a deeper roster.
Nice.
But, yeah, just read that perfectly, didn't she?
Yeah, I think that was a miscommunication. Number 14 from Valkyria.
Saskia Beek.
Oh, yeah, we have 214, sorry. Beek was just stopping and going deep.
Frangipane in.
Oh, and the score by Cecilia Scagliarini.
And under heaps of pressure from Johanna Larsson,
Yeah,
right
just
on the
after.
shoulder. Goodness gracious me.
I mean, the intensity is there. The two teams are playing hard, but this wind is bothering both teams.
Absolutely, we're seeing them reclustering there. CUSP Shout, so we're 3 apiece. We are still on serve. No breaks yet for either team. Although I think at the things getting a little bit messy, Chopo. If you're in the Valkyrian huddle or on the sideline, if you're coaching this team, what do you say to them to get them a little bit more finesse, perhaps?
Well, I wouldn't say anything to the offense, but I would talk to the defense a bit, and I would tell them they're putting pressure on us. They're trying to score fast. And I think that the defense of Valkyria still have to figure out what's best to score. Not to stop this, but to score, because this plan of just hucking it deep, it looks like it's not worth it. We're back here with Valkyria's breaking the disc after a pull out, and the wind is peaking up. You can tell by the trees on the far side of the pitch. Wind coming from the right side to the left side.
It's causing both of these teams quite a lot of issues. Valkyria on the goal line for a clean
nice
hold, and
cut.
they do it,
Nice
sneaking through.
Audetto was crossed.
Melnikova with the goal
Yeah,
for
27.
Valkyria.
Shout out to the 27, great number.
Is that your number?
Yeah.
Oh. What's the story behind 27 for you?
27th of November is my birthday, so pretty basic.
Happens a lot, happens a lot.
I mean, either the day, the month, or the year.
So you guys can swap shirts though, you know? It's always the thing of when you're doing a trade, it's always nice to get your own number.
Yeah.
How successful have you been so far in that game?
Well, I traded many jerseys, but at the end, I prefer to trade them with a friend, with someone I know, instead of just my number. So I try all the time to trade with 27s that I like, but at the same time, if there's a friend.
Who's your favorite of the 27 then? 27s that you like? Think on it.
Yeah, I have to think about it.
But we are delighted to be going out live now on the stream. Apologies for the technical issues this morning. We've had this stream is brand new for today. 2 fields worth of action for you. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can do by putting your chat in the comments, and we will be getting around those later. So especially some Swedish chats out, because we do have Chopo, who knows a lot about this beautiful CUSP Shout team, who are going deep. Oh, the bid is there, but it's not going to be reeled in. Great attempt.
Sophia just tried to catch it, but we can say that the Shout plan now is just to give Bonfante the disc after on the break, and let's see if there's a huck at least. I guess that the both, yeah, huck and D, Sophia.
And great work.
Francesca Sorrenti with the catch, the interception catch, but the wind just wobbles the disc out of her hand again, like at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, bad luck is probably what I'd say of this CUSP Shout team.
But she gets it back.
Very well read. Meliger opens up the arm, big backhand, soaring and arcing into the end zone, but again.
Too much sauce, too much height.
Well, and also we've got the wind just pushing it, because it is slightly directional over to, say, that weak side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, the two teams they're supposed to play on this close side to us, closest to the camera, but it's tough. I mean, the downwind side is bad, but to be able to play on the open side with this wind is still better sometimes to throw right upwind. And again, Bonfante, let's see if she will hack it. No, Cecilia Scaglierini is isolated. A little bit of miscommunication. She went right and the disc went left.
Fantastic heads-up play, though, from Vic coming in.
Yeah, great interception
that
by
might have been.
Vic.
It might have been Clarence. We'll have to figure out which of the 14s is which.
Yeah.
Perhaps it has it on the air, but she's got flowing blonde hair that covers a name on the back of her shirt. Pops it up. Oh, there's a miscue again.
Yeah, she was just stepping forward to begin the give and go or the run deep. And sometimes that step just...
Ah, there we go. Sorry. Big. That is big in the 63 shirt. So apologies to older Homlog Clouden, who we've been getting wrong. Oh, what a big D there. Larsen getting in the way and preventing CUSP from obtaining their first break of the game.
We call that top angle of the end zone, we will call it the hell angle. The hell end zone angle, because it's where all the turnover have been made so far. Oh, nice stretch. Nice catch.
Great reduction from Auguth.
Yeah, she just picked it up from the graveyard. It was already buried, that disc. Ah, and again.
Yeah, not that one. Elmentraut there, not able to clutch that one. Not sure if it's the win, but I think CUSP are doing a great job of just stifling the undercuts for Valkyria.
I think they got the fact that they wanted just deep, bomb it deep, so now they're putting pressure under. Maybe they're letting them go under, but when you clog the space, when your cutters are just 2 or 3 meters away from the disc, it's tough to see the space. Boom. Nice big hug, but
nah, that's Huck and D, man. There was no one. There were no options.
Yeah,
that is a.
But the hug was good.
It was a good Huck, but it's the Huck and D. They're again frustrated. You can tell. They're like, okay, we're getting smothered on the unders. They're getting run through blocks. Sure. They know where the disc is going. It's almost like these two teams want to merge. They want to play together. They don't want to be opponents. They just love each other so much because it seems like they're throwing to each other's players.
Yeah.
But this is all about field position. They're wanting to make it harder for Shout. They were tired of playing red zone defense. They want to see if they can generate a block in a different way. And that's going to be an unforced error there. Very much available for Melega to roll that one in.
Yeah. Greta Melega is having a tough start. I mean, when you're so great and so talented, you cannot have all great games. Boom! And a dismissal to Irene Scazzieri, but the downwind side just, as soon as this goes around 2 or 3 meters from the ground, it just stomp it down like it's a rock.
Absolutely, and it's gusty as well. It's not like it's a consistent wind. It sneaks up on you.
Oh, also the Shout defense is playing like a little poachy zone defense. Now they're back to man. Oh, you cannot throw on that side. And girls don't look like they still have to realize it.
Big shot's going to sit and hang. It's going to be snaffled by the defender. This is happening with a lot of the downwind shots. As you say, they're sitting and hanging and then just suddenly, boom, down they come.
They go down, rock bottom. I would try a big around Huck. I mean, even tougher maybe, but still it has more hanging time like you were saying before.
Larsen, yep. Snaffled by the defense. They're just, at the moment, these teams just seem to have the match for each other. We're having really long points. We're almost half an hour into the game, and it's not even 3, it's not even 4 all.
Yeah, I mean, they have the game. We're not expecting this game, but they're having a game.
Oh no, we were expecting this to be a grinder. These two teams are going to be right at the top. This one's just a case of fighting for a laser. It's like she shot that from a gun. That was good.
Yeah, she was straight into the chest of Borghi. And again, ooh, the hell angle worked it out this time.
So see, that's the difference then in the throwing choice suddenly. We don't have these big hanging ones that are getting obnoxiously abused by the wind. That's what I guess we probably want to see. We want to see those lasers coming out the hand, shot straight to the chest. much harder ask of the thrower because you have to be 100% accurate, but that is the way to avoid the wind.
Yeah, and the only way to play either downwind or upwind is to just put a ton of spin in that plastic disc, because otherwise it's gonna get floaty and gonna go out of bounds.
So a timeout call, which I think is a very sensible move after a bit of a long, grindy one. I think we were somewhere in the region of 4 or 5 turnovers apiece in that one. So obviously, we've just seen CUSP make an adjustment, throw some more lasery discs on the downwind, trying to hit themselves in the chest, not allow the elements to be as involved in this game. And I'm not going to ask you who your money's on, Chopo, because of course you're going to back your gals.
Yeah, for sure. Our girls are the best. The best in the business.
Well, they were the best last time we were at the European Championships. Can they do the triple? We'll have to find out later on, but we will, of course, be bringing you that coverage on Sunday. So make sure you stick your eyes, your beady eyes glued to the ULTI.TV stream.
Yeah, sure.
And if you want to see more Ultimate, if you want to see more tournaments covered, if you want to see more stable Wi-Fi for better buffering.
If you want to see more games.
If you want to see more games.
If you want to have more coverage for your beloved town tournament, just subscribe to ULTI.TV, right?
Yeah, become a Patreon. Get yourself over to patreon.com, search for ULTI.TV, and you can become various levels of membership. I'm going to put a challenge out there. Don't be a basic member.
Yeah.
Basic member,
I mean,
couple of euro a month. Come on. You spend more on chocolate than that.
when I subscribe on Patreon, I feel judged. I feel the shame of choosing the basic level.
So
and also, if you're with empty pocket like I am, just share to a friend that has tons of money.
Oh yeah, share us. If you have parents that are, come into tournaments,
Grandparents.
like following you around all the time, they have some money, engage with them. Say, can you for Christmas buy me a patronage to ULTI.TV?
Grandparents love to do smart and wonderful gifts. Just ask them.
What do you get the ultimate player who has everything? A Patreon subscription.
Yeah. I mean, cleats, disc, long sleeve, no. But we're back with Valkyria and nice, not so nice backhand.
Just got to take Valkyria now. Opportunity Varnate finds Sophia Eklund. Thinks about that inside shot, but holsters. That would have been a bit of a risky pass. Looking around, a little bit lost for opportunities. Squeezes one through to Eklund.
Again, Valkyria looking for this break to get it on the upwing side again.
Bit of small ball, not much movement from the upfield.
What happened? I think there was someone thought there was a call.
But we're off. A little bit more continuation. Loving the two matchups.
Boom.
Oh, and Sarah
Nice.
Eklund on the goal line. Can she manage to convert? She's got Caldwell available. Isolated, but great coverage from CUSP.
Not easy with this win right there on the line. Oh, violation. Erika Marchesini with a violation on the counting.
So it's interesting, Marchesini was giving Eklund in the early stage to that point in that offense a lot of space on the under, and then she eventually managed to rip her deep.
Yeah, I think maybe that the defense is like expecting the Bahaks to just drop down.
Absolutely. So Melnikova picks up another goal for Valkyria, a hold after they suffered the break. 5 apiece, but we're off serve. CUSP are just that little nose in front right now.
Yeah, just CUSP at the aggressiveness to just take that break. We can say upwind on the toughest end zone. The wind is crossing the field, so there's no actually an upwind or downwind in the same direction of the pitch. But yeah, now we saw 2 points on the same tough end zone that was still immaculated throughout the whole
Well, but we already said it. It seems like they're having
Yeah.
a harder time scoring the downwinds because of the fact that they're just shooting past the players, or they're sitting up, and it's just the wind's able to get a bit more around them. At least with the kind of throwing into the wind, you're usually trying to get low. You're trying to put lots of spin on the disc, so that it is tougher for the elements to extract spin from that. It's gonna fly in the way that you're hopefully trying to put it.
I mean, they're also leaving the backhand, so it's a tricky strategy because sometimes the backhand can be so powerful that even if there's wind. Oh, nice! Missed catch. Valkyria may leg up, but
got to go up for those with two. Didn't have that much pressure.
That was a good hug by Ilaria Bonfante because it was a forehand.
Yeah. So Sophia Eklund there with the delicate golf glove. Interesting look.
Yeah, it is a golf club.
I think we were chatting earlier, and it did look very much like a golf club. I've not seen any ultimate ones that are leathery with holes in, but that's a beautiful shot. Squeezing it down the far sideline, jamming it in the jam hole. Big one goes up, but the defense, great work.
Yeah. Let's see if Shout can bring up this to the other end of the pitch, or if they will struggle again. Let's see if they understand that they need to swing it on this bottom side of the screen. But I guess Bonfante is just bonging in deep for Sofia Scazzieri. Oh, nice one-hand catch.
Yeah, nice aggression to take that, actually. The defender sort of switched off a little bit, let her have it a little bit. Meliger. Oh, has space available. Oh, that's going to be just taken a little bit by the wind. Did you see the way that bobbed up? What a disappointment.
I mean, it's almost impossible for cutters to predict whether the disc is going to go once the wind just make it bounce like it's a ball.
It's the unsolvable equation.
Yeah, we should call David the mathematician and ask him.
Well, Davide is pulling GT, I think, with the Red Bulls this tournament.
Yeah, first time. Great page turn in the history of a great man.
Indeed, and Valkyria being held on their goal line here.
It's tough spot to be.
We're seeing looks to be kind of like a saggy handler set, almost zony at points. And some heads up D.
Yeah, it looks like a poachy defense on the handler and a man on cutters. Ooh, nice inside flick break.
A little bit high, but just about snatched out. Robbins makes the adjustment. Called good.
It was in. Yeah.
Frangipane there,
Robbins
just immediately making the hand signal.
Robbins just saved this disc.
Well, she is very good. So Robbins, who's going to go deep, reads it beautifully. Defense dropping off to try and protect the end zone.
Yeah, and again, this type of zony poaching defense by Shout. Nice position by Irene Scazzieri.
Yeah, just really forced Larsen to have to go with one, trying to avoid the contact, but great body control, not deciding to clatter into the defender, because them's not the rules.
What do you think about the dangerous play?
A dangerous play rule?
Yeah.
It's important to have.
Yeah, I think it's very tricky sometimes.
Well, we can have an elongated chat about that next time we have a long stoppage.
Yeah, sure.
But right now, I'm enjoying the spacing from the Shout team.
Yeah, now they're moving way more like we're used to.
There's a bit more confidence. Oh, what a snatch!
I didn't properly see. It was looking live right now. I thought the disc hit the face of Cecilia, but actually she looks fine. So I guess.
I think they're just chatting whether it was up, but what a play from Scagliarini.
That's a great catch.
Meliger given complete unders, but not taken. Risky shot over the top, well fought. Irene Scazzieri thinks about it. Stall count's going to be starting to get very high. It's a big release valve. And two defenders under it.
It looks like timeout really helped both teams to get a bit of their head onto the pitch.
Oh, Bird takes a hard shot downwind. Yes. I love that, the layout stop of the roll from Frangipane.
That's good effort.
showing she means business.
Yeah.
Oh, that inside break. What a dream.
Oh, that was a tough catch for Scagliarini. This was on her back. She was moving in the opposite direction, you know, the wind, the defenders.
She was turned around enough, though. That was the
Yeah.
thing. The door was ajar. It wasn't completely open, but it was just a little bit.
Yeah. Too much space for it in Scazzieri.
But that is the hold, would you believe? It wasn't even like a D-line coming out and getting one off the O-line. That was a hold for shout.
Yeah. Now the whole game now is different. I mean, nobody's scoring upwind, they're just scoring downwind. It's the third in a row, I guess.
I think you're right, though. The timeout that was taken seems to have allowed both teams to just settle their head a little bit and just chill out. It seems like neither team is now kind of having the same level of issues when we got to that point that was just pure huck and D.
Yeah, we passed that point. I think that, I mean, you want to score, but as we were saying before, you can just hack it and wait for the other to make mistakes. So now they said, okay, we tried this easy way of playing, and now they're really putting the tactic effort to stop the position. Nice bladed pull.
Oh, a little bit of a nutmeg there for Eklund. As Valkyria look to center and move forward. Oh, big pressure on the shoulder.
Audetto was right there.
Easy pop, Eklund completely unmarked in the dump space. Bit of switchy defense from CUSP to try and get up in the mixer.
Yeah, I think it's tactic. You see that the defense from Schau, they just get away when they're going to the downside, the downwind side, and just they kick with the opposition in the.
Oh, Chesky with a huge backhand.
Always for
away.
Audetto that they thought about calling something, but just it's a turn. Now again, huge hug.
And you know why, it's because Sofia Eklund was going into the deep space, but great read by Erika Marcheschini.
Yeah, Erika Marcheschini is one of the most gifted rookie in the Shout roster. He's actually, I'm happy always to talk about my teammates, is the girlfriend of my beloved teammate Gabriele Spisso, but she's actually, I think she's faster than Gabriele. Gabriele, don't hate me.
I mean, I love a good ultimate power couple when he knows that she is better.
Yeah.
And he accepts it, and it's not a problem.
When we train together and Shout just train in the pitch beside us, it's just like, she's faster than me. She's stronger than me.
Just admit it, dude.
Yeah. No,
it takes a strong man. It takes a strong character.
Yeah, I think it's just...
Oh, Bordeaux leads. Oh, what a bid from both players. Great battle. And now Valkyria with another opportunity has the deep shot available in the immediate defense.
Nice end block by the Colombians. Sorry about my ignorance.
She does play for your club.
Anna Diaz, sorry. She played, she went away, she came back, so Anna...
She came back, she went away. She returned. She's a returner.
Sorry, yeah.
I know, it's okay. This is a big old roster. Seibert
nice
puts it up.
pass.
Oh!
Nice pass, and now they're in the upwind side.
Oh my goodness, what a scandalous hand block. Renata Vernaita going in and making it happen.
They wanted the quick score. They wanted so bad, and they just... I mean, that's great defense work. Valkyrias are 6'5", but they're not giving it up.
Indeed they are not. They are taking every opportunity handed to them. Eklund there. There's a little bit of just messiness in the center of the field.
Yeah.
Maybe these cleats could be a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, they're just playing the Shout
Eklund.
defensive game.
Eklund is so fast. Her separation is so good. They need to throw it harder for her.
Anna again with a tough catch. That was the round we were talking about before, but not this type of round. Anyway, Shout are really letting them go on the downside, on the downwind side with really such an ease, and Valkyrias are not looking for the break, but now they're doing it, and they look a bit sharper.
So it's a bit more patient.
Melnikova with the disc, but it's a turn. again, and Carmen Lagala, the girl from Rimini. She's a pickup player from Rimini. Oh, no. It was a nice throw. It was a very nice throw.
We're getting into that territory again, Chopper, where it seems like both teams are like throwing to the other side.
Now Shout repositioning themselves again for another defense right in front of the end zone they want to score in. And again, Valkyria is going to the downwind side. And actually Shout just want them to make that pass. And again, oof, big floaty backhand that just drops in the midfield. And now Anna Czeski for the German pickup player. Linnea.
Sideburns.
another girlfriend of my teammates, Torben.
So how many couples are there in CUSP?
A lot. Linnea and Torben are not CUSP couple, but during this UCFX, they are CUSP couple, a CUSP power couple.
So they're only together for the weekend.
No, no, they're just
It's like
a CUSP couple for the weekend, but they're together in real life.
Okay, there you go. Well, you know, but Seibert is, well, obviously she's not full on CUSP, but you know, she's made the squad, man.
I mean, it's the first time. Maybe she will keep playing.
She's pretty handy to have. I wouldn't let her go if I were Shout.
I mean, ooh, that's a tough forehand on the ground, right on the line. Anna thought about picking it up. Now they're centering themselves in a stack.
So a proper end zone set here. Oh, and a sneaky inside. Nearly dropping it with the hit on the floor.
Nearly catch. And CUSP goes to 7-5.
So that's the second break.
We are around the 48 minutes of game.
Yeah, this is
just past the
well,
halftime.
Well, do we have timed halves at these games?
Actually.
Well, no. So it's one of the curious things. So in Gjord, which was the last big European Championships we saw for the national sides, representing sort of, you know, all the various nations that play Ultimate in Europe, they had timed halves. So once a time expired, so the half of the game had expired, you had a half-time forced, regardless of what the score was.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously here we don't have that.
Yeah.
So we're CUSP have put themselves within one of taking the first half. They seem to have all the momentum. It was a punch for punch early stages in the game. Both teams in the midsection cleared things up, but CUSP just had that edge. What do you think's been the difference here?
I think that the difference was made at the beginning of the game after the couple of good offense by Valkyrias. The Shout didn't really just assume to go on and say, okay, let's hook in D, let's play our fiercest D and just run. But they actually worked out some way of playing downfield, and they got the break first. So I think that was also a big hit for the mind game of this pool game. I mean, now Valkyrias really have to work something out, not just physically but mentally, finding the way to break this intensity, this breath on the neck by Shout that was always chasing you downfield, never letting you go. Even though we saw good hacks from Valkyrias, Shout was just first.
I think when both sides are playing their very best of the offense that we've seen in this game, I like Valkyria a little more.
Yeah.
It's a bit smoother.
Yeah.
But CUSP are really, you know, hanging tough. They're tooth and nailing it. And what's really working for them is that their defense just seems to be, when it works and it takes away the Valkyria's options, they just have nothing.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, Sweden are also, I think, more used to playing with wind. You can talk about the old team, the Skogs, where Spartan was playing. I mean, they were such good hands, even with the wind. So I guess also Valkyrias have this peculiar gift of being used to play with the wind. And that's why I think their offense is really smooth and flowy when
it works.
The first couple of breaks on the Shout marking. Instead, the Shout put it just on the second part of this first half. They just changed the game from trying to isolate Greta Melega that had a tough beginning. They just bombed it.
Absolutely, yeah. The isolation plays weren't coming off, so good adjustment. Although, in terms of how this impacts the rest of the tournament, as you say, not the most meaningful game because the top 2 seeds in this pool will advance into power pools. But for the much shorter squad of Valkyria, they probably really need this one to get themselves in a better position, having that automatic bye advancing into power pools.
Yeah, and also you have to think about the fact that you don't want to play a game more than the other teams.
Well, if you're Shout, you might want to, so you can get more pitch time. But with that big sitting, hanging disc and beautifully read.
That was crazy.
And that's a break for half for Shout. I think Valkyria's heads are possibly a little bit down.
Yeah, you know, when it looks like a team is super lucky that every throw goes into their hands, or even, you know, touch the disc, but the disc still floats into the hand. Looks like they're just lucky.
And that was such a short point.
Yeah, no, it was a short point, and it was actually a random back, and it just went up 20 meters, and Greta Melega was just in the right position to cut out the defender. But this throw in the beginning of the game was definitely a turnover.
Yeah, you can say it's being lucky, but I feel like, you know, positionally on a reception, you have to make your own luck.
No, yeah.
Be in the right place.
I'm always saying that luck it helps you to a point, but then it's always you have to find your own
You've got to
luck.
put the foundation. You've got to put the foundation, attract. You've got to get like some you know, some bait to bait the luck.
Yeah.
What do you think luck likes for breakfast? You know, what are you baiting luck with?
That's tough. I don't know. I think pancake, maple syrup and bacon.
Oh, maple and bacon.
Yeah, I'm a freak for Italians. For Italians, it's a bit freak to put something sweet with the bacon.
Oh,
so
no. Sweet and salty all day, every day. Sweet and salty popcorn, my friend. Live your best life. So, Valkyria coming into the second half need to respond.
Not on popcorn team. I don't like popcorn.
Dark horse. So what do you have at the cinema?
I don't need it cinema.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that, though. You never want the rustle behind you, you know? You need the quiet. So, the Swedes underway. Eklund. Very close stack against this
looks like a
zone.
Three girls, woman
Three
cup.
players. Three person cup.
3 players cup, and one going to man on the reset. Look, they're forcing a bit this double. I don't know if the Valkyrias want this they want them to stay close so they can break easily.
Well, the trick is the Valkyria side, actually, they're really experienced. And between them, they're making very few errors on the short passes. So this is kind of playing directly into their hands. They're just nibbling away at the pitch.
Yeah, but, you know, it gets stressful for the offense to look for these easy passes. So, you know, at the start of the game, they were attacking this way.
I think sometimes it's stressful, but based on the fact that they've had so many long discs that haven't worked, they're probably like, oh, okay, I'm fine with this for this point. If it goes on for more and they end up with like 5 points or they have to throw a billion passes, that's when your zone really gets the block.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, slowing the pace can sometimes open your mind, but it's not the case. Chiara Lolli with the interception, another girlfriend of my teammates.
You're just going to have to put together a cheat sheet. Big pressure from Kundalita. Bit too much arm contact, though. I think she, on the way down, came through.
Yeah, maybe. You know.
We get it. Shout and La Fota, they like each other.
Actually, we like each other outside of the training pitch because when we are on the pitch.
But you've got mixed here. You've got red shot. The Italians are playing mixed. Anyway.
Back to Carmen Laga.
Oh, a big high sitter. There is massive separation for Chesky, but the pack's coming under it.
With the huge read. Oh
and you see the hug there, the backup. And that is a very important point for Shout, putting themselves on the map in this game and just smothering Valkyria. Yeah. Tell you what, if we end up with these two teams in the final, how many prayers to the gods do you think Valkyria are going to be saying for not wind?
Yeah, they really would love to have an indoor final, I think. Carmela Gala with a huge back, and or it was a flick.
I think flick from the way it was on the side of the field it had to go to. That was definitely
a
flick.
Flick for Linnea.
Well, I think the intended target was Chesky. So Chesky had the separation. The pack came through because it was sitting and hanging, which obviously is why, as a defence, you maybe want to force more of the deep shots than the unders, because you've got time, especially if you're a Santucci-shaped individual, to make up the ground and go get a block.
Yeah.
But Seibert had the backup for Chesky. She got involved as well. Brought her defender in, yes, but just had a better read overall.
Yeah, I mean, with this win, always chase. Never give up, because you never know. The wind can keep the disc up. Someone can touch the disc to catch it and then just push the disc towards your way. So,
who's the teammate, do you think, on Shout that has the best record as a garbage collector, i.e. the person who's like, it ain't over till it's over, I'm just going to lay out for this thing that 5 people have macked?
I think Cecilia Scagliarini on the offense. And looking at the D-line, I would say, that's tough on the D-line. I don't know pretty well, but on the pitch now we can see number 21. Shout out to Margherita Giovannini, one of my ex-young players. She's just 16 years old. She started playing 12 with boys, and last year was the first time she was able to play just women category in Bologna.
Well, this is what I love about the Open Division. Anyone can play. Not a big fan of the change to men's on the wording. Not a fan at all.
You know that actually, nice stoppage now, we can talk about it. In July, we had the academy at CUSB with many international players. And actually, when we had the equity workshop, the thing about men, women, open or mixed came up with both teenage group. They both raised the problem, like, I don't know why there's an open but not man, and there's women but not open. And there was a bit of, they were baffled by the nomenclature of this division.
But it's kind of like, what's wrong with baffling people that don't play Ultimate? I'm down with it. Let them be confused, because confusion equals excitement.
Yes.
It's intrigue, it's interest. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty interested in this Valkyrian offense that seems to finally be working. Borbor Kundelita just manages to keep the feet in. Her teammates signaling the goal, bit of fancy footwork and putting another stamp in the scorecard for the Swedes. Much needed, because, oh my lord, did CUSP Shout get their tickets to the run train. That's an unanswered roll of 4, but Valkyria now making it 9-6 here in the second half of this women's pool game.
First point of the second half, I think, for Valkyria. Every time I see this footwork and looking at your nice wool hat, I can tell this footwork looks like a lot like NFL footwork to catch the ball and keep it in.
You a big fan of the NFL?
Yeah, sure. We're getting close to the witching hour, where win becomes losses and losses becomes win.
Who do you support, Chopper?
Well, actually, me not being American, I'm pretty free to choose to roam. But this year, I actually like the Chargers and the Raiders a lot. They're a fun team to watch.
Well, to give you some indication, I'm wearing a Chicago Bears hat. That was what the hat that Chopper was referring to. Well, I mean, it's the family team. I didn't get to pick it, so it's like. But I'm British. I'm used to sporting disappointment. You know, it never comes home, Chopper. It never comes home.
It never comes home. I'm sorry for that. Well, sorry, not sorry.
Frangipane puts a big huck. Our tent's being moved around by the wind. I tell you what, we felt that gust literally, because I just had to hold on to our commentary tent.
Hold the tent now. I mean, with not without wind, but with less wind, that would have been an amazing throw. It was a perfect back falling to the hands of Cecilia, but right at the last 5 meters, it just.
Perhaps there have been some prayers answered in that halftime point. Perhaps someone was snuck through. Oh my goodness!
Nice poach by Greta Melega.
It's like she didn't see it. It's like she's wearing an invisibility cloak, which she just sheaths down and just goes, hey.
I mean, you know, when you see your cutter clearing and you think, okay, also the defender is clearing, but not the way it worked.
Maybe a little bit of tiredness seeping in. Big shot
stuff.
goes up.
Oh, Sofia Scazzeri reads the disc perfectly, perfectly. Mamma mia. I said it. Now we can all go on.
The fact that you didn't do the, the hand signal and the the little kissy noise.
Mamma mia.
So speaking of mothers or grandmothers specifically, how is your grandmother? Because she's been featuring on your Instagram during lockdown, man.
Shout out to Franca. She just had the 94th birthday. She's now pretty sure that I'm a kid and not a grandkid. But
she's so cool, dude.
I'm good with that. She said I'm injured now, and she said that I shouldn't even be running because it's too dangerous for me. I'm too beautiful to get injured for her. So, but shout out to Franca. She's good. She's in Bologna. I don't think she will be watching the games because she's gonna fall asleep. But
still, shout out.
Franca's always supporting me or shout.
And if people want to see Franca, where can they find you on Instagram? What's your handle, dude?
Oh, you can find me under Chopo Clutch on Instagram, so you can follow my grandma stories. Grandma is always featuring. I mean, we're not living together anymore, so she's popping up from time to time.
But it means that when she does, it's just more beautiful. You got to make people wait for it. And also, excellent dog game. There's a particularly great one of who wore the hat better, Chopo or your little pooch?
Yeah.
I think probably your dog, man. It's just not you.
Theo is just wonderful. Anyway, back in the game with Valkyria trying to bring this disc upwind. Now is just the end zone. The upwind end zone now is the preferred one. We just switched to halftime, and also the end zone switched.
They're just better at throwing into the wind, both these teams. But as I say, it's that strange one because you do have a bit more control in this gust. Oh, just again, Valkyria just seem to be. I think they're starting to get a little bit tired. It's been some real long points. They don't have a deep roster. As Cybert puts it in, and there you go. Eklund coming through. Tired, Hannah. What?
Yeah, I mean, also, it's already, 50 minutes of game, 60 minutes of game. So you get a bit frustrated when Shao gets all these points, maybe a bit lucky.
Yeah.
And you don't get any. So.
And I mean, Sarah Eklund must be getting a little bit stressed because I'm getting upset that they keep not managing to throw to how free she is on those deeps.
Yeah.
She just needs a power handler, someone with, real trunk to explode out.
This poach is switching defense for Valkyria has really worked out. The first defender on the stack was switching with the second one in the break side, one in the, nice grab from the graveyard. But again.
Conservation of greatness, mate.
Yeah, conservation of greatness, you're right.
Nice giving and going now. Oh, that's a beautiful little piece of work, but there we go. We see an error now.
Yeah.
The wind just going, no.
I mean, Linnea is taking this D line in her hands. Sorry. She's really keeping the pace of this shout defense when they have the disc.
Absolutely. So nice and slowly, easy does it, working through the cluster of CUSP. Absolutely, look at that waterfall. But an error there, and you see the the hand gesture. Just everybody chill, please.
Yeah, it looks like the body language when they attack this zone, it looks like they're not ready. They're just a bit too, not calm, but they're like, they know that the turnover is coming.
Nice pressure squeezing down that far side. Oh, that's going to be picked off easy.
Yeah, but at least this was on inbound.
Van Nijter there with the heads up play, completely leaving her matchup and just going, yep, I know where the disc is going.
Yeah, we can see some new faces in this D line. You can see Cristofolini, she's one of the rookie with the blue jacket underneath the jersey.
25, I think.
We can see Sara Rabaglia just came up, I think, for the first or the second part, the 51 with the hat. Oof, nice catch.
Yeah, great work from Caldwell getting under it. Eklund far side. Nobody streaking deep, everybody just staying close to the disc. You can't be doing that, you got to stretch it. I know we've not got the power, but you've got to expand it up. And Kundalita now in the deep space. Eklund going to chase that one down. Oh, just flying out of bounds.
Layout. Super layout, man.
Yeah, she didn't have the ability to do the tiptoe. She was too much. There was too much torsion. She had to just splay out.
I mean, in NFL, the ball doesn't swing that much with the wind, so it always close to the side.
It's because it's got the rotation like a bullet, right?
And again, another timeout.
I think that's a smart thing to do. This point has become very, very messy again. It's reminiscent of the early stages of the game before they had that timeout where everybody put their heads and their hands back on and went, let's clean this up. So, thank you very much to everybody joining us live on the stream. We're going to do some shout outs in a little bit, but first we're going to take a brief break to show you an advert from our lovely sponsors.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
our
work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Welcome back to this CUSP Shout Valkyria game. CUSP with a commanding 4-point lead, 10-6 at the moment. And we had a bit of a grindy point thus far. Lots of turnovers for both sides. Hannah Penderbury here in the booth with Cioppo, Giovanni Santucci.
Hello, everybody. Supporting my local team.
Well, and trying to remain neutral and balanced.
Yeah, I'm trying to remain neutral, but inside, I'm supporting my local team, being here.
But unfortunately, your local gals can't come up with the goods. Rabagli.
We're seeing a step back into the tactics. We're back into the downwind side. And, I mean, the tiredness is growing, so I guess that's the main reason we're playing back on the downwind side, because the tiredness is just...
It's just easier.
Yeah.
Path of least resistance. Because the wind is sheltering players to that far side, just sort of shepherd them across. But we are now seeing a bit of expansive play, moving with the width of disc. Nice flow. Oh, just a costly error, though. This is the thing. It's nice until it's really not nice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always the same thing. The open side is just... looks like too easy sometimes. It's there, it's open, but much more mistake gets in the open side. Boom! That's a bomb.
It's going to sit and hang on a big pack. Kundalita with the block.
We can see also, I don't quite remember, it's Tekla, yes, I coached her at the academy. She's on for this D-line or shout. She's a pickup player from Slovenia, I think. The one with the
big try. She sort of hung on to that, almost ripped it out the hand strip-wise. We're finally seeing Valkyria now with no errors getting their way, advancing towards the goal line.
This is the tough spot. The last 10 meters in front of the end zone, those are the turnover zone.
Kamil Renznikaita with the disc. So talking about pickups, there are some Lithuanian presence, as we said, on this Swedish team. Coming across. Oh, well, that's a nice score going into
27 for the score.
Milnikova,
Milnikova,
who's the spirit captain and one of the Lithuanians that I was mentioning.
And 27, and I'm the spirit captain. I should trade the jersey, probably.
Maybe it's meant to be.
Yeah, I should trade the jersey.
Are you part of CUSP power couple, or?
Not CUSB, but another Frisbee player from Bologna. So
Oh, you've gone outside of CUSP.
yeah. I'm like a salmon. I swim
You swim upstream.
upstream.
You go against. You're not following the path of least
Yeah,
resistance.
I like to go around and get that wicked look like you're not one of us.
Well, hopefully she's okay with it, but I'm sure the CUSP side probably are very nice to her. I mean, they accept me when I come at them with a clipboard or a notebook saying, "Can I talk to you about your team?" So.
In Italy, we say I'm the exception that confirms the rule.
Yep, no, that's we say the same thing in the UK. Do they say the same thing where you're viewing from? Get into the comments and let us know.
And the pool is out. Shout are gonna break this. I think it's one of the not one of the first, but one of the few pool that went out for Valkyria. They pulled.
Yeah, both teams, despite the wind, have been doing pretty well with their pulls.
Just bladey pulls, rolling.
It's all about that roll.
Boom.
Oh, and a bit of poaching off. Nice work from Larson. Reads it perfectly.
I mean, looks like everybody know this is gonna happen, and I mean they don't even try the hand lock. They just live in the huck.
And so, Bird
We call this the warm defense.
pops and gives and goes, looks for it. Coming all the way back
Yeah,
from the deep.
that's what defense loves to see, when the cutters are just at the handler level and they're just
Big fakes from Clarence, going to put it up into space. That's actually
time.
lovely until the wind got a hold of it. Oh, that's gorgeous roll curve, but it's going to be taken away by Clarence, who had position, throwing into sort of coverage there. But it is one of the Scazziettis, right? So you just say, oh, I trust you.
Yeah, you know, after so many hucks, you don't want to push it too much. You prefer the disc to be a little bit shorter, but inbound. I would not like to be a handler in this game. I'm not a handler myself, but I would not want to be here handling this disc. It's tough. Let's see how this tent, if this tent is gonna still be here at the end of the game. Bonfante with the sideline disc. Borghi looking for the upline backhand again. Oh, almost a pick-off. Greta Melega this time with the catch, difficult.
Yeah, matching up against Molly Robbins, I like that matchup a lot. It's a big inside backhand that sits almost perfectly against the wind.
Nice work.
Oh, and completely exposes that break side. That's now 11-7 for Shout. They get, I believe that's another break.
I really just enjoy to see the love that they give to each other when they score shouts. Just their hugs look like they're just so stress releasing. Like, oh yeah, you scored, you're just great.
Well, that one was a bit of, I think, good luck for CUSP with the wind. The wind was in their favor that time. Definitely not with Valkyria. There was that really nice sort of expansive, definitely high stall, credit to the defense, but there was a nice expansive pass into the middle of the field that just popped up over a pack and then got snaffled by the black-shirted defender. Forget exactly who, but it was a nice grab.
I think actually it was...
Just Chopo doing some hand signals. Yeah.
We're just going to say for everyone, it's 75 minutes till the beginning of the game.
Since the beginning of the game.
Since
no, it's okay. I mean, man, like
you have to.
Commentating in not your native language is.
You have to correct me. Before I didn't interrupt you, but I was blasted by a couple of phrases. You were like rapping to me. It was like amazing. Pathways, he said shepherd them in the way, and now it started raining.
Oh yeah, but if I tried to commentate in Italian, it would be very, very quiet indeed.
Yeah, but Italian is tougher.
It's a nice language though. It sounds beautiful. We'll go with that. So Valkyria now battling against the wind and now the rain. The rain has arrived in this game. Late stages, slippery disc just gets away from Renata van Nijten.
Lolly picking up the disc, another girlfriend of my teammates. We can go on and on, I think.
I think we'll just say that they all have lovely boyfriends who are very proud. If you're a Frisbee wag, although I don't know what the equivalent is for not a wife and girlfriend, but like a husband and boyfriend, so that would be a Frisbee hab.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a Frisbee hab on the stream and you're watching any of these, let us know. You know, if you want to shout out some love to your lady. We can make that happen for you. And so, short field, I should know, take it back. On their own goal line, Eklund tossing it back. Big pressure from the CUSP defense. A true zone by the looks of it. Cheshki at the back of it, making sure. Lots of small passes. Need to penetrate through that front line.
Yeah, this weather just, I mean, when I'm on the pitch and the weather is like this, I have to say my mind just wants to give up. Just telling me to stop.
It is demoralizing. Nobody likes playing in the rain. And that's, very nice though.
Super.
That, tell you what, she found something in the bank for that. But this is playing the elements perfectly. You know, you've got a nice big cup trying to smother the unders. And are they going to risk a big shot? I mean, they've got Kundalita and Eklund at the back. But you've also got Cheshki, and I can't quite see the number far side at the back of the zone here for CUSP.
Yeah, it's Maehr. Maehr, she's another super young rookie. She came from my team, Yale. It's a junior team in Bologna.
Ooh. And that looks like a nasty fall. The facial expression is Sophia Eklund there. I think it's Sophia. Saw a 47 on the back.
Injury.
Oh no, 27, sorry. Nadia Melnikova.
Melnikova, yeah, always.
Spirit captain.
Yes, always 27. Yeah, Maehr, and we had a couple of calls now, and I think it was due to the fact that Margherita was counting, and I guess that her being new to this kind of environment, maybe she's not that ready to talk in English about rules, and maybe she didn't quite get the rule. We saw before the injury Melnikova explaining something about maybe the positioning. I think that didn't drop back in the counting, maybe for a double or something. And another thing I was noticing today is that a lot of people, we talk about the strip hang signal, and a lot of people are still not up to date with the injury news signal. They're still doing the 4-man now. 4-man on the line. For those who are following us, the injury end signal is just 2 hands clinching each other on top of your head, not anymore the 2 hands on the back of your cranium, on the occipitus.
Well, because that used to be the hand signal for 4 women.
And also for, once was for, I think it was, strip also, maybe. Oh, well, anyway.
Well, either way.
We have to be up to date.
Well, it is part of spirit of the game, isn't it? Being aware of the current rule set. So.
Yeah. We're doing a big quiz on the Instagram of Italian Federation to get people up to date with the hand signal.
And if you want to, you can do your advanced accreditation on the WFDF website to make sure that you know your rules. But you have to do it fairly often. You can't just do it once and then be done with it. Eklund coming under for that one. Coming out from the deep space. Maybe that's what she has to do. Just go all the way deep and then come under so she can collect Valkyria with a lot of good separation in the end zone. Nice structure. A little bit less cluster than it has been previously. But CUSP are there. Nice poaching out into the space. Switching. Cheshki just trying to cause issues in front of the disc. But allows that open reset. Weather really starting to come down now. Pit goal?
Pit goal didn't affect the throw anyway, so we'll see. Yeah, that's a tough weather. Tough weather and tough temperature. I mean, when it rains in Italy, it rains with 20 degrees.
Yeah, definitely not like that here. More like 10 degrees. But that is a snatch and a half. Sarah Eklund putting one on the board for Valkyria. But with the rain having come in, having lost one of your captains to an injury, feel like this one's going to be short shrift and closed out by CUSP Shout fairly easily.
Actually, Malnikova is down there looking for something in her bag, maybe some like Michael Jordan water bottle. She looks not that injured, maybe she can come back. And anyway, Sarah was really looking for the point. I mean, she's looking for the point the whole game. She really wanted that.
Well, that's why Sarah Eklund is a household ultimate name. She is very, very, very good at Frisbee. And I'm really enjoying the just the tan she's managed to achieve. I oftentimes forget how sunny Sweden is in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's super nice. I mean, if you're on the south part and if you're not like getting 6 hours of light.
Also, we've had from the comments, Tekla is viewing this live stream. So hi, Tekla. It's actually Helle Rovang is playing in number 15. So she's got her number today.
Okay.
So Helle Rovang is the...
Thanks for the info, man.
Yeah, if you want to give us fun facts, saucy facts, interesting facts, just all the facts, chuck them in the live stream. We're glad to have you alongside with us.
Thank you, our rule of law, for this
yes,
peculiar name and this type of info. We're back with another out-of-bound pull.
Indeed, so enviable field position here for CUSP. Options available on the under, but immediately hucks it deep to Melga, who's underneath the pack. Good work from... That is Saskia Bick. So my notes had told me that Bick was going to be playing in the number 63. And again, we are saved by the comments on the live stream who reversed that. And it's Camila is playing in the number 63.
You see?
So that is Bick with the red headband. I knew it. I should have backed myself, Chapo.
You see how important is our community and how important it is to us, for you to follow us on YouTube and share our channel.
I mean, it would also help if, if we players fill in your surveys. It makes our job so much easier. And that is a beautiful shot to Larsen on the attack. Just
nice.
Over the top.
Nice hug.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You can hear the stall count getting up to 7. Oh, a nice inside shot. It's just going to sit and hang. Oh, Saskia Bick.
You talk too much about Bick. You cursed her. No. Just joking. Anyway, Bick was really, really unlucky with that win push.
It has been a strange game, hasn't it? There's been just the turns of the luck. It's going both ways, but it seems unfair in some respects to have such a unruly element adding to this game.
Yeah.
But I said it earlier that I thought that when Valkyria were on, they were that little bit better. But at the moment, it's just CUSP all day.
Yeah, I mean, CUSP got the upper end right away, but Valkyria has shown some amazing offense. The one before, what was 3 points ago, 4 points ago, they had a big break, and then it was looking like a...
Oh, yeah. I don't think the top end of Valkyria has fallen. I think that the top end of CUSP is now up there.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of they've got because they have this big squad, because they have the extra legs, not only is it the fact that they've got the physicality of being able to be like, I can just gun it, and then I get 3 points off. It's that community, that kind of bringing each other up and the energy all coming together. Whereas Valkyria now, you can just see the physical difference between the two teams.
This is the perfect picture you can get from our high camera. You can see that the CUSB circle is just an agglomerate of 20 girls, and now you have the timeout circle for Valkyrias that is just 10, 12 players. I mean, the wind is picking up and the rain is falling even harder now. Belgium is pretty strange because in Italy, when it rains a lot, then probably the wind is just chilling for a bit. But at the same time now, we have both.
So a nice big one goes up over the top of the pack. Just unlucky though, manages to bounce out.
It's a big hit, but I mean, Sofia didn't call anything. Beek was there for the turnover. And now again looking for this break on the upwind side.
So Beek opens up to big one, has Larsen available. Oh, big defensive play. Just manages to sort of change the read there. Because they both misread it, but I think it was the fact that because they knew they had to jostle and hustle.
And also, you know, for the whole team, this square dropping in the last 2 meters, so you want to be right under them. Oh, look at the wind stopping this disc.
Nice play from De Hask.
Yeah.
Just reading it better. But I think probably both teams would be quite happy for this one to close up soon.
Yeah.
As the rain starts to really pour down on the field.
Oh, nice break. Yeah, now the defense is getting looser. Hermantraut with the disc, looking for the backhand break.
Oh!
The good stretch, but not the catch for Sarbik. That is just getting involved in every big play at this point.
Well, we've seen it a couple of times when one of the big players has just gone, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. And I think Saskia Bick at the moment is that player for the Valkyries.
This is good.
Oh, great adjustment.
Oh, that's even better, we can say.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but I mean, look at the weather.
Oh, exactly. That's why it's sad. We're having to like peek out through a gap in a tent. It's all happening here.
Yeah, phones PC are getting wet, phones are getting wet, coffee mugs are getting filled with water.
I think we're okay, you know. We've got a good system going on. We've got some little like.
We could be worse.
Yeah, definitely. At least. No, I'm not even going to say it.
No.
It could be raining on us. It's not raining on us.
Yeah.
But shout out to our amazing camera crew who are getting very rained on. Milan operating the sideline cam, keeping these pictures fresh for you viewing on the stream. If you want to get us some more budget to buy extra waterproofing for Milan, then please do become a Patreon. Oh my goodness, a bubble! Great heads up. De Hask with the focus and concentration. Then not really much action. Oh, a deep shot goes very low. De Hask perhaps the target, but a bit too hasty, I feel.
We are approaching the 88th minute of the game, so we are getting close to the witching hour.
The final 10 minutes.
The final 10 minutes.
Of the time cap.
Yeah.
Then we have an extra 10 minutes between games here on these fields. Games to 15.
After, I think he's going to play Costa Rica here against Frisbee, maybe.
Yeah, we will. We'll be bringing you more action. We'll check which game exactly. We next have a stoppage.
Ooh, let's stay here with this big catch.
Oh, what a ripper of a backhand. That's beautiful. That's a Saskia Bick. It's her point.
Yeah.
It's Saskia's point.
Saskia's point, and really.
But will it be Valkyria's point?
She looks like she's relentless.
Oh.
Conservation of greatness.
Melega.
Bonfante with the backhand on the downwind side. Sorrenti trying to break this downwind side, and Cecilia again. Always working in the bottom of the hands in Cecilia.
It was Saskia Bick's point, but it is CUSP's goal. And based on the behaviour of the teams, I think that actually might potentially be the end of the game. No, surely not.
No, Valkyrias are.
Oh no, it's just I just got confused. There was some
white.
Some nice-spirited saying "well played," and there are a number of people in raincoats that are coming on confuse me. There we go.
Valkyrias are really stoic, and they just
stoic.
Yes, stoici in Italiano. They walked to the line and like nothing happened. I think actually now that the wind just dropped a bit, maybe. Yeah, there was a good spirit, good high five, good communication, I guess. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon so we can get umbrellas for our cameraman. Good, nice self-standing umbrellas. Again, you see? 27 from Mercedes again on the pitch, trying to help the team, but he just turned it over. Sarachevsky with the raincoat on.
Wait, is she playing in a raincoat?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
allowed,
and
I
there's the
think.
break again for CUSP.
I don't think it's allowed to play in a raincoat over the jersey. I guess this is the...
Not at this level, no. You're not allowed. I think you have to have your jersey over the
You
top.
have to see the number. That's...
But you can see how heavy the rain is based on how transparent the whites of the Valkyrian players are
I guess
becoming.
the game came to an end. Yeah, yeah. Looks like there maybe was one more point, but
It's okay. We're currently stuck in a tent, so it's the idea. We're trying to peek through the top. So I think we didn't hear the signal potentially for the fight. Well, the cap would have gone just on. Our score clock might not be exactly accurate, but yeah, it looks like that is game. 13-8.
probably the time expired on the last point, so this was a break. Yeah.
And
Men's
so-
teams are getting on the field, so
then, shall we say who we've got coming up next on the stream as the rain continues to hoon it down around us? So on this field we have Costa Rica Grandes of Italy versus Frisbee from Switzerland, and on the other side, these are the open power pool games. By the way, FYI, we have Bad Skid versus Gentle Open, and I need to hot foot it over there. I've been Hannah Pendlebury. It's been a pleasure to have you, Chopo, in my booth.
So great.
For the first time, and we will be back very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Bye-bye.